Hey, welcome to another episode of Cooking with the Quadriplegic. Just bailing out of the grocery store with the ingredients I need for tonight. It is the inaugural night of making homemade pasta, and it is inspired by Chef Evan Funke from the restaurant Felix's down in Venice Beach. I cannot wait to get down there, meet the dude, and shake his hand. I would love to see his kitchen. I obviously have a huge love and passion for food and wine, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing tonight. Paired it with the Peachy Canyon Mourvèdre. It was delicious. As a quadriplegic, my hands don't work well, so I have to use like a hair tie of some sort, which you see there. I wrap it super tight around my thumb and my finger so I could hold a fork and a sharp knife and get the food cooked and prepped the way I would like safely. And here I'm slowly getting the flour incorporated into the eggs from the edges until I get the consistency that I would like. And you'll see right here, when I have it tight around my finger, I definitely lose circulation. I can't use a traditional flour scraper. I just can't hold it. So I use a sharp knife that I could wedge into my hair tie, cut the flour into the egg till I get the dough that I could work with my hands. And my hands aren't very strong at all, so I'm definitely not over kneading the pasta. I'm trying to use his technique of using the heel of my hand to pull it back, push it out, give it a quarter turn, and do this over and over and over. It's exhausting. And because of that, you want to make sure you stay hydrated. So definitely need to take a break, have a glass of wine, or at least a sip of wine, until I get the consistency that I would like, which is what you're going to see. Let it rest, wrap it. You don't want to wrap it tight. You don't want to push the edges of the flour, the ball that you have just created. So wrap it, seal it, but loosely. Clean off your board so there's no flour remnants. You want it as smooth and clean as possible when you start working the dough. That took some energy, so I want to stay hydrated, get some calories in me. And here we start working the dough with my hands until it gets to a spot where I can get a rolling pin out. I definitely need a traditional pasta roller, and the name is escaping me right now what that is. But you end up rolling the pasta back onto the roller, which is what you're going to see here in a minute. And I'm using the 10-12-2 technique. You roll it back, you let it hang off the edge, roll it out, degas it, pull it back, let it stretch a little farther, hang off the edge, roll it out again until you get the thickness that you would like. I did a pretty good job. I could definitely get it thinner next time, especially when I get a traditional roller. The knife work is you want a sharp knife, and the blade is actually being pushed outwards when I'm cutting the pasta. And the bad part is with my hands not working, I have to unwrap every like fettuccine width noodle one by one. So it's definitely time consuming, but I will tell you, it was worth the effort to make homemade pasta, which is what you see here. We're gonna roast some vegetables. There's the asparagus being prepped with some olive oil, some herbs. We're going to use some tomato, which is what you're going to see here in a minute. Cutting up the chicken, getting it prepped, getting it ready for a little egg wash, little milk wash into some breadcrumbs. We're going to air fry it for the protein. It turned out delicious. There you can see the tomatoes being done. Little quadriplegic knife work. Going to grab an onion here in a minute because that is also going to be part of the white wine butter sauce. We'll also incorporate some of the pasta water that we use to cook the pasta. Super important, which you'll see here. And I want to taste the wine before I cook with it. It was delicious. The pasta only takes 5 or 6 minutes. It's fresh. It's ready to go. The fried chicken turned out delicious. It's ready to go. Slicing it, getting it prepped for the last station before it goes out to table, which is my wife. The asparagus is almost finished, so we're going to put it in the roasting pan with the tomatoes, the onion, the garlic, the olive oil. We're going to add some pasta water here in a minute. Let it incorporate there. Deglaze it with some of that white wine from Bodega de Edgar. There goes the pasta water. Super important.
Oh yeah, butter makes everything
there
better.
You see or hear from my wife, butter makes everything better. Get everything incorporated. Drain the pasta appropriately. Put it right there fresh into the dish. Get it all mixed up. Slide it onto a plate. And there you have the finished product right before the protein gets added. A little chocolat from my wife. If she likes it, I know it was delicious. So Thanks, Chef Evan Funke, for the inspiration. I can't wait to meet you. There you see a little Paso wine, Bodega de Edgar, Peachy Canyon. Drink Paso. Be kind to one another. Be safe. Be healthy. Get some exercise. And we will see you guys next time on Cooking with a Quadriplegic.